Yes. Okay. As I just mentioned, we will continue in the management functions. I will remind you of the management functions. We said that the management functions which are different than business functions. أنا فاكرة قوي إن أنا قارنت لكم ما بينهم هما الاثنين. Management functions are planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. And we differentiated and defined every one of these functions. These are very important. ما ينفعش إن أنتوا تنسوهم. We talked a little bit about planning. Today we will talk about how we organize the organization. Organize the organization. الاثنين من كلمة التنظيم والنظام. How we organize it. So we will talk a little bit about that in this chapter. Before we talk about organizing and organization, we want to talk a little bit about organizational culture. What is organizational culture? بالعربي اسمها الثقافة التنظيمية. طيب, let aside the organizational culture, we want to talk about culture in general. What is a culture? يعني إيه ثقافة؟ individual culture, ثقافة الفرد. يعني society culture, ثقافة المجتمع. All the traditions, all the shared values, the norms and beliefs in the culture, the code of ethics and conduct that is acceptable in any given society. هي دي الثقافة بتاعت المجتمع. هي دي الثقافة بتاعت الفرد. And it can change from one individual to the other individual, from one society to the other society, according to the location, the country, according to the religion, according to the ethnicity. Yes, this is the individual culture. دي ثقافة الفرد. However, we are talking here about the organizational culture. ثقافة المنظمة. المنظمة لها ثقافة? Yes. These are also the traditions, the values, the shared norms, العادات والتقاليد اللي موجودة داخل هذه المنظمة that are acceptable within a given organization. These shared values are communicated to employees. They must be communicated to employees. لازم الناس ياخدوا خبر بيها. We have to work within a specific boundary. These boundaries set by the organization. So we can communicate these traditions, these norms, these culture to employees in several ways. Formal ways and informal ways. Formal ways through meetings, memos, through some instructions, through orientations. When we make some orientations, الاورينتيشن يعني التمهيد لما employee ينضم جديد لاورجنايزيشن بنعمل له زي تدريب ما واورينتيشن للانضمام للمنظمه. So these are the formal ways. How about the informal ways? The informal ways could be through discussion with co-workers, through dress codes, through work habits, through the other extracurricular activities and stories. So we can communicate the organizational culture in any organization through these ways. What is the importance of communicating the culture with employees? We have to do this. We have to ensure that all the members of the organization know these norms. عندنا بعض من organizational cultures زي ايه؟ ممكن تكون a culture of collaboration, a culture of innovation. في عندي traditional culture أو traditional organization. في عندي innovative organization. في عندي lenient organization. في عندي strict organization. So all these are characteristics of organization that reflects this culture اللي بتعكس الثقافة بتاعتها. So that's important to communicate these characteristics with employees. This is an example about Disney World and how the culture of the Disney World focus on the client, focus on the visitor. They put it on the focus. This is the characteristic of their culture. This is just an example. يعني. Now we move to the structure. بالعربي الهيكل التنظيمي. الهيكل عارفين احنا عندنا we have our own structure صح؟ الهيكل بتاعنا that makes up يعني كده can stand holds every part of the body تمام؟ هو برضو the structure of the organization, the arrangement of position inside any organization, the arrangement of relationship. That's why when I start this lecture, I told you we will talk about organizing the organization. We put the structure. تسمعون الهيكلة وإعادة الهيكلة في بعض المؤسسات. Yes, this is the arrangement of position in any organization. This helps in defining the lines of authorities, سواء vertically or horizontally. كل واحد يعرف مين الباص بتاعه، مين المرؤوس بتاعه، مين الموظفين اللي موجودين معاه في نفس المستوى الإداري. From the top management to the lower level of management. This is the organizational structure. This organizational structure I can يعني narrate it for you. على فكرة ال organization structures دي are announced in every organization. تلاقي لو انتوا بتشتغلوا في organizations كده تفتحي الكتيب بتاعها يقول لك الهيكل الإداري ويقوم رسم لك كده زي شجرة ويقول لك this is the organizational structure of the organization. هنا in our university الكتيبات فيها الهيكل الإداري نقدر نطبعه. So this is announced. And I can narrate it for you. يعني أقول لك رئيس مجلس الإدارة يتبعه مش عارفة مين ويتبعه إيه والديبارتمنت الفلاني يتبعه 1 2 3 وأفضل أحكي لك حكاية. But better to put this organizational structure into a visual display, in a chart, في خريطة. What is this chart? The organizational chart. What is this organizational chart? It is the chart, it is a visual display of the organizational structure. ليه حطيتها في chart? It's much easier to see the chart and see the positions rather than narrating. عارفين narrating يعني ايه؟ يعني افضل اقول لك احكي لك حكايه واقول لك فلان ويتبعه فلان وفلان وفلان وتحت القسم الفلاني يتبعه فلان. This is absurd. يعني I will be lost. هو الهيراركي هو ده. This is the structure of the organization. Rather than telling the positions and telling about it, I just put it in a chart. So we can see, we can understand. يقول لك ممكن الصورة تحكي 1000 كلمة وتقدري تفهميها أكتر ما تقعدي تقري. So this organizational chart is the visual display of the structure. And as you can see here, the organizational structure can evolve. ممكن يبدأ صغير وبعدين يكبر ويتبعه العديد من الأقسام as it evolves, as it grows. Okay, this is the organizational structure and the organizational chart. When we are doing an organization, an organizing of an organization, we have to do several jobs. We have to do several tasks. Among these tasks, you will find that you need to do some specialization. What is specialization? Specialization is to divide tasks among people, among employees. Assign a specific task to each one. According to what? According to what base? According to their specifications. يعني أنت هتعمل ده وأنت هتعمل ده. We assign each job to a specific person. تمام؟ This is very efficient, by the way. So you know that each employee has a single job to do. تمام؟ يبقى أنت مسؤول عن كذا وأنت مسؤول عن كذا وأنت مسؤول عن كذا. So this is very efficient. It increases efficiency. Everybody knows what he is going to do. and require a little training, because if you do the same job every day, you will excel in it. You will be very qualified. لما حد يعمل الحاجة يوم والتاني والتالت والرابع خلاص انتهى، خلاص بقى يعرف. Have you ever seen a factory where the workers work on the production line and they just do the job over and over again? This is specialization. This is specialization. Very efficient. However, be careful of doing over-specialization. Over-specialization means that you overdoing it. You overdoing specialization. This over-specialization leads to that employees get bored of doing the same job every day, all the days. So sometimes multitasking is good. Not only one task, not only I'm specialized in one thing. This is not good. Sometimes if you are overdoing it. Sometimes I want to get from one task to the other task, from one task, not doing the same task every day. This is over specialization. Okay, it leads to job satisfaction, employees get bored, and sometimes they leave the job because they don't see any potential for progress. I will be all my life like this. No, I will look for another job. Okay, so over-specialization is not very good. So careful, when you specialize, be careful of overdoing it. The second job to do is departmentalization. Departmentalization is the second stop, the second job. After specializing, انتوا خدتوا بالكم من تعريف السبيشاليزيشن؟ Specialization is the division of labor. Division of labor. لكن departmentalization is the grouping of these tasks, grouping of jobs. Specialization is dividing. However, departmentalization is grouping. ده بيقسم وده بيجمع. So it's the opposite. It's not actually the opposite, but it's the second step. After specializing, we group all the jobs related to a function or a product into one unit, which is called departments or a division. أنا عملت specialization, and all the jobs related to marketing, I group them into the marketing department. And all the jobs working in accounting activities, I group them into the accounting department. All the jobs related to producing أي حاجة, producing a single product, the mobile phone or screen or whatever, all jobs related to this product, I put this in called this product department. So after specialization, I begin to do some grouping. These grouping can be made according to several bases: functional, product, customer, and geographical. Functional departmentalization. All the jobs related to one function are grouped into this function departments, like production department, marketing department, research department, operations department. Tamam? This is functional departmentalization. The second is related to a specific product. So all the jobs related to producing this product is grouped into this product department: computer electronic division, customer telecommunication equipment division, industrial telecommunication equipment division, وهكذا. Also the geographic departmentalization. All the work done in a single area, it is like in this area, like the Far East division, the Gulf division, the Europe division, فرع اللي موجود في كذا, الفرع اللي موجود في كذا. So Pacific Basin, European, Latin America, Middle East, وهكذا. And the final one is related to customer departmentalization. Sometimes in banks, مين اللي بيشتغل في بنك؟ In banks, there is a division working with individual customers. وعندك في مجموعة تانية some other employees working with businesses. يقول لك دول اللي اسمهم الكوربريت اللي بيتعاملوا مش مع individual customers بيتعاملوا مع الكوربريت. So we have departments for individual customers and other employees in another department working for those with businesses. تمام؟ Those are the 4 types of departmentalization. طيب يبقى we talked about structure, we talked about culture, we talked about specialization, we talked about departmentalization. Let's get back to structure again. The structure, we said that it is the arrangement of positions, the arrangement of relationship. We have a question here. Do we have only one structure for all organization? يعني all the organization in the world follow the same structure? No, we have several structures. طيب, second question. Is there any structure that is the best of all, which is called the ideal structure? Definitely not. Why? Because if we have this ideal structure, طب ما كل الorganization تعمله. But we don't. Why we don't have an ideal structure? Because simply it is different from one organization to the other organization, according to the type, according to the size, according to the service, is it a service organization or manufacturing organization? Is it a local organization or it is a global organization? Is it a sole proprietorship or is it a corporation? اللي ينفع لده ما ينفعش لده. There is no ideal structure. No size fits all زي ما المثل بيقول. فعارفين المثل اللي بيقول one size fits all؟ لا، ما فيش one size fits all. ما فيش مقاس واحد يكفي الجميع أو يجي على مقاس الكل. لا. We have different structure and there is no one structure is the ideal one. It depends on several factors, the type, the size, and many other factors. So we have 4 types of structures here. We have the line authority, we have the line and staff, we have multidivisional, and we have the matrix structure. And as we said, we don't have an ideal one. Let's start with the first one, which is the line structure. بالعربي اسمه خط السلطة المستقيم، وهو ده تعريبه، يعني هو line structure أو الهيكل المباشر أو الخط المستقيم. Yes, why it is called like this? It is called like this because, yes, it's line structure, direct and very simple. A line draws from the top management to the lower management. And by the way, it fits for small organizations. ما عندناش divisions كتيرة وما عندناش managers. لا, we have يعني very small manager for accounting, maybe manager for marketing. عندنا الowner هو المanager. We don't have board of director. No. From the owner to the employee, we have this line of authority from the top management to the lower level management. This is the simplest structure, and as we said, it fits for the small organizations, small businesses. The second type, the second structure is called line and staff. Yes, we have the traditional line authority. عندنا خط السلطة المستقيم موجود. But we added some other staff employees to it. هم ايه الستاف employees دول؟ تسمعوا عن المستشارين؟ الاستشاريين، هم دول الاستشاريين. Yes, they, according to their expertise, they advise the managers to take decisions. They don't have the authority to take decisions, but they advise the manager with their expertise. If you look at the center of this chart, you will find the line authority قدامك اهي، تمام؟ From the managers to the employees اللي في النص. بس هتلاقي كده on each side you will find some staff employees. According to their expertise, they are يعني illustrated in dotted lines. اللي هي الخط المنقط ده. Dotted lines, that is the staff relationship, giving information and giving expertise to the manager to take decision. So in addition to the traditional line, we have staff line. So it is called line and staff. The third one is called multidivisional. Multidivisional, when we have the organizational growing, the organization grow larger and more diversified. ما عادتش صغيرة ينفع معاها اللاين structure واللاين and staff. They are growing bigger and they have also many divisions. And by the way, these divisions can be formed on the basis زي ال departmentalization, زي ال geographic والcustomer والfunction والأربعة اللي احنا قلناهم من شوية. So this is called multi-divisional structure. The matrix structure. You know the matrix, how it looks like? مصفوفة, horizontal lines and vertical lines. We have intersection between each line. At some point, you will find yourself, or the employee find himself under the authority of two bosses rather than one. ما عندوش boss واحد، ما عندوش line manager واحد. عنده ايه يا جماعة؟ عنده two bosses. في أي intersection من دول هتلاقي إن أي نقطة فيهم بتشتغل تحت إمرة مديرين، 2 مديرين. The line manager العادي بتاع خط السلطة المستقيم, the line manager, and in the same time project manager. And this happens when the employees do multitasks. Sometimes he is doing a task under the leadership of the line manager. Sometimes he is doing another task under the leadership of a project manager. This is the matrix organization or the matrix structure. Okay. What else? So these are the 4 types. Yes, the groups and teams. As we are talking about the structure, in any organizational structure, you will find also some groups and teams. You will find لجنة, فرقة, مجموعة, مش لازم departments بس. You will find these in the organizational structure as well. But the question here, what is the difference between the group and the team? What is the difference between the group, المجموعة, and the team, الفريق? Yes, the group, yes. They all have one opinion? Okay, the group برضو متفقين على شيء واحد. مش متفقين على شيء واحد. They have the same purpose. They have the same objective. الجروب, yes, they share a common objective. They are entitled, they have a common identity. يعني let me tell you something. Your section 208, صح? You are all section 208. مظبوط? You are a group or a team. Why? Why not a team? Yes. الجروب برضه they have a specific goal. But they may not work together a lot, but they have regular meetings. يعني مثلا السكشن ده we have weekly meetings, صح؟ You interact with each other. Sometimes you send messages to each other, صح? You have a common goal. You all want to pass this course. You all gather here every week in the same class, in the same classroom. You are all called section 208. كلكم عندكم نفس الايدنتيتي، كلكم عندكم نفس الجول، كلكم بتعملوا ميتينجز مع بعض بشكل دوري. يبقى انتوا جروب ولا تيم؟ ها؟ صح، انتوا جروب مش تيم. Exactly. When you have an exam, you are all independent. كل واحد بيشتغل بروحه، أو حتى لو ذاكرتوا مع بعض فكل واحد نجاحه بيعتمد على نفسه. Some of you can pass the course and some of you can لا قدر الله fail the course. مش هتأثروا على بعض. يبقى انتوا عندكم حاجة مهمة قوي اسمها individual accountability. مسؤولية منفردة. لكن التيم corporate accountability. يعني ايه corporate او team accountability؟ كلنا مسؤولين عن بعض. يعني if somebody fail, we all fail. If somebody pass, we all pass. يعني مثلا if you as a group, I ask you to form a team of 3 which will present أو do a presentation. وقلت لكم اعملوا نفسكم 3 منكم اتجمعوا مع بعض as a team and you begin to prepare for the presentation. جيتوا على يوم البرزنتيشن and you started to present. لا قدر الله واحدة من التيم لخبطت. مين اللي هيتحمل النتيجة؟ هي ولا الكل؟ الكل. Because they will all get the same grade. هتأثر على بقية التيم، لكن in a group لا مش هيأثر. زي الفوتبول تيم، احنا بنسميه فوتبول تيم ولا فوتبول جروب؟ فوتبول تيم، يا اما كلهم يكسبوا يا اما كلهم يخسروا. هل اللي جاب جون بيكسب والباقي بيخسر؟ لا، يا اما الكل. اسمهم فوتبول تيم. حتى لو حد فيهم did his best وما غلطش في حاجه بسبب بقيه الفريق هم خسروا. So this is the difference between the team and the group, and this is what we just discussed now. تمام؟ Okay. This is the end of chapter 7.